Okay, here you can already see both of the titles. So it's first I will be giving a brief insight on what we see as building a sustainable future, and then also our colleague Trisha Carey, head of our denim segment and business development for Americas, will give you an introduction about a new fiber innovation. So let's start. So why are we talking so much about sustainability at Lenzing? It's not only because we believe it's an important topic and part of our DNA, but we also see it as a trend, and probably all of you in the call also see it as a trend for consumers, retailers, fabric mills, and just all of us. So we did also a consumer survey at Lenzing last year. So we see that conscious consumers, they really are committed to using sustainable raw materials and buying products with sustainable raw materials or recycled materials. And the type of material is a top consideration when looking at textile products. And consumers, they also start to educate themselves on what they read on product texts or tags, and what does it mean from a sustainability point of view. And recently, there has also been a report looking a bit more into the topic of synthetic fibers. It was done by Changing Market, and also reports like that get quite a push within our industry. So we think it's just important to know a little bit about that. So this report also talks how much our industry is relying on synthetic fibers, and there, as you are well aware, especially polyester. And there was also some criticism about the recycling of bottles into polyester fibers just to receive recycled materials, because they might be better off again as being bottles. So there is a strong call to really look and take actions to prevent waste, but especially also microfibers and carbon emissions. And how does this fit to Lenzing overall and our Tencel brand? So last week, we published our new sustainability report, where we also are quite proud of what we have been achieving, but also the targets and the vision that we are setting. So we clearly have a sustainability vision, which is we make a zero carbon future come true. And so it's also on Lenzing to provide really truly sustainable solutions, always in combination with fibers that give a great performance and enable our customers to create great long-lasting soft or smooth fabrics that can be worn by our consumers proudly and with a nice touch. Also, our sustainability mission is to become change agents and collaborate not only with our suppliers, but really also with our customers and value chain partners, just to change together for the better. So on the left side, you see it's our new setup of our sustainability targets. So we have three overall topics and focus areas: greening the value chain, advancing circularity, and also driving systemic change. But from them, we also developed our targets. So they come from raw materials security through decarbonization, but also looking at water stewardship and enhancing community well-being. And very, very important also for us to be able to provide sustainable innovations. When we look at one of our most important fiber types, we produce from our Tencel brand is also our Tencel lyocell, which is very highly demanded on the market. And therefore, we already started this expansion project to have more fibers available of Tencel lyocell. And we are building a new plant in Thailand, and this is already full on track. And so we are expected to start up end of 2021. So this will be the largest lyocell production line worldwide ever built so far. It will have an overall capacity of 100,000 tons per year when it's fully ramped up. We want to go a little bit closer also to our customers and being able to have also our first lyocell production in Asia. As mentioned already, so the project's really on track. So we expect the first fibers to come out already end of 2021, and then we will have some time to ramp up the volumes in 2022. And what we are also very, very proud of is that this line will be using bioenergy. So it's truly also looking at our sustainability targets and contributing to having lower carbon emissions. And here you see two pictures. The first one is a plan of how the site's supposed to look. And below that is one of the pictures that is very recent, and there you can really see when we say we are quite on time, you can see it really looks already quite close, or you can see each of the parts that are also in the plan. So we are very excited to being able to support our customers with more volume. And when I talk about really being able to fulfill our sustainability targets and also why the use of bioenergy is so important, I want to quickly go also into one of our innovations that we've been presenting last year in September. So it's carbon zero Tencel fibers, which are based on our commitments of the science-based targets, and are our commitment and our action to support the decarbonization in the textile industry. So the carbon zero Tencel lyocell and modal fibers are certified as a carbon neutral product, meaning that they will arrive at the spinning customer or carbon neutral, and they have a very low carbon footprint based on our step approach. So first of all, we're reducing the carbon emissions of these products by either using, by using bioenergy, as well as using new technologies and looking into energy efficiency in our production. The second step is to engage our customers, engage our suppliers, to really look into what can be reduced overall in the value chain, and then the footprint that is still abundant. And we are currently also compensating these carbon emissions through climate protection projects, so that we at the end create those carbon neutral fibers. Yes, and I am quite fast, so I want to give you especially the hint to check out our new sustainability report. It is full of information about our products, about us as a company, but also everything you need to know about our sustainability claims and how Lenzing is really setting the bar and plans to get better in the future. And with that, I will hand over to my colleague Tricia, who might quickly introduce herself.
Great, thank you. Thanks, Carolina. Wonderful to have that update. And yes, our sustainability report is just filled with so much good information. Thanks for inviting me today, and I am based in New York City at our office at 537th Avenue, and I'm happy to be here today to give you an update on one of our latest fiber innovations that we launched last month, which is Tencel Modal with indigo color technology. So typically we think about only denim products, but there's a lot more that can be done with Tencel Modal with indigo color technology, and I want to give you some of those ideas today. You can go to the next slide. So we see some of the challenges in the denim industry about how indigo has been applied in the past. And we realized that there were ways that we could change this. So typically indigo is applied at the yarn stage, and this takes extensive processing as well as a lot of chemistry. And as a responsible company, Lenzing is always looking at innovations that can lower our footprint and make our process much more simple. If you can go to the next slide, I'd like to highlight then what we developed with Tencel Modal with indigo color technology actually avoids the need for all of the traditional processing chemistry that's involved in applying indigo at a yarn stage. Next slide. Because what we're doing now is adding the indigo pigment right into the fiber. So in the production process, as you can see from this diagram, as we go from wood, and then we have the pulp, and then in the spinning mass, we are actually adding the indigo pigment, just like we do with our Modal Black and our Modal Color portfolio that we have. We are adding the indigo pigment into the spinning mass so that when the fiber is extruded, it actually has the indigo pigment right in the fiber. So this indigo technology that we launched, the fiber can be used in many different applications, and there's quite a few benefits to applying the indigo at the fiber stage. If you can go to the next slide. One of the main areas that you can see in this diagram is typically at the bottom is typically how indigo is applied at the yarn stage. And then it has to go through various other steps before weaving. As we now can add indigo into the production process, it really simplifies, and you can go right into yarn spinning. So from our indigo fiber, you can go into yarn spinning and then work on your weaving or knitting applications. And this could be used in denim products and then still treated in laundry processing and create wash effects. You can go to the next slide. What this is also doing is providing huge resource savings. We know that everyone is looking at ways to reduce their environmental footprint. And with Tencel Modal with indigo color technology, you actually have water reduction of 99%, chemical reduction 80%, electricity 99%, wastewater 99%, and heat energy at 100% over traditional indigo dyed yarn applications. So this is huge. We know many of our retailer and brand partners are looking at ways to reduce especially their water footprint, and this is a solution on how you can have those savings. Next slide. You can have the resource savings without compromising on the aesthetics and the wash effects that you can create. So what happens to garments after they're washed? Well, in commercial laundry, you can still have color adjustment. So you can have wash effects still. We did testing with laser ozone as well as some traditional methods using PP. And this is where we saw that you can still have wonderful character and wash effects added to your garments, whether they're wovens or knits. However, at the consumer level, there is no additional color loss. So in home laundry processing, then you would have no loss of indigo color. The garment would then keep its color after the processing was done on the commercial level. This provides also a rub fastness, so you do not have any crocking issues, and allows us then to reach other applications that traditionally were hard with indigo because of the crocking. Yes, you can go to the next slide. And here, just to show you the color range that you can achieve. On the left-hand side, you'll see 100% cotton, traditionally how it's indigo dyed yarn. And on the right-hand side, you see the warp is a tensile modal with indigo color technology. And this is a laser blanket that we prepared to show you the difference, and that you still can achieve a wide range of color effects. Next slide. We did work with various partners in the denim industry. We worked with a mill in Italy called Candiani, as well as Cone Denim in the US, and with Knitter in China in the Loop, and also another woven denim mill, Blue Diamond in China. We were able to create an entire collection that was designed by Adriano Goldschmidt, who is known as the godfather of denim. Some of you might know the brands that he was involved in early on in his career, from Diesel, Citizens of Humanity, Replay, Gap 1969. These are all a part of his work and portfolio. And so it was only natural for us to work with Adriano Goldschmidt in developing this new innovative technology. You can see here wovens as well as circular knits and also flat knits, and what can be created in various wash effects. We were really happy to see what could be done with circular knits and flat knits, that you can achieve this range of color still. And there's been a lot of challenges in using indigo yarns in knits, mainly because of the crocking that exists in the knitting process. Next slide. And we must also highlight too that it's not only about creating a great product that has the right aesthetics, but also that it is a very safe product. And so with Tensile Modal with indigo color technology, the fiber is actually Oeko-Tex Class 1 baby certified. And this is important to note because there's been some controversy in the denim industry around the presence of aniline. And with the Oeko-Tex Class 1, that is an assurance that we have a very low level of aniline content in the fiber. Next slide. So this really highlights our Tensile Modal with indigo color technology, which provides a resource savings. You still have real wash effects, and you have a rub fastness, so you don't have crocking. If you'd like to learn more about Tensile Modal with indigo color technology, we have some articles on our blog, which is Carved Blue, and we are highlighting a lot of the knits that have also been developed. You can find some videos also on Carved in Blue. You can go to the next slide. So we're very proud to launch our new fiber, Tensile Modal with indigo color technology. And at this point, I think we will open then for some questions for either Carolina or myself.
Thank you, Tricia. Lovely presentation, and thank you, Carolina, to you too. So we have one question for you, Tricia. They would like to see some fabrics made with indigo modal products. And the second question is it available only in modal or both tensile lyocell and modal?
Yeah, so to see some products, we have some handouts with swatches. So you could contact your regional business development person, or you could reach out to any of us here and we can connect with you. We also have a lot of visuals. You know, it's a little challenging now since we're not having physical trade shows, but we do have some swatches and garments to show you. We also are working with mill partners around the world. So besides the mills that I mentioned that we initially worked with, you'll find that there's more developments that are being done in Turkey, in Pakistan, but just realize we were just getting started with this fiber last month. So it will take a little bit of time between shipping and spinning and getting it into the market. The second question then is related to, I'm sorry, Holly, the second part?
Is it only in modal, or do we have this indigo in lyocell?
Right. It's only in modal right now that we have these spun dyed colors. So this is indigo is one of our colors, and for the rest of our color portfolio, which is only done in modal, you can contact us to find out the colors. And then we do have some colored fibers in viscose. In our EcoVero, we do have a black color, but we do not have any colors in our lyocell portfolio. Oh, Hallie, you're muted.
Sorry. There's a second person from the. There's a second question from the same person, and the person asks the shade depth. I think about indigo.
Yeah, so the depth of color is a great question. So we have one color that we're working with right now, and it is a very deep blue. It's hard to see through the video, but it is the darkest shade that we could achieve so that we can then take it down from there. But we are working with one color, and our indigo supplier is Dye Star. So we have the consistency of the one color shade.
Mm-hmm. So the person also asks about fiber denier. I think we can share all the details of this fiber if they contact us from the regional offices. We have an office in India. I'm not sure where you're connected from, but it looks like maybe from India. We can get you in contact with Vishwa and Abhinash, and they can share with you all the technical details of this fiber. Would that be
yes,
okay?
And they also have, and they also have some samples. So feel free, any additional information, we can discuss it with you separately.
Thank you. So I think we have no questions at the moment. Thank you very much to Trisha and Carolina